The journey of food. The food that we eat comes from various sources and often travel long distance before it reaches our homes. Our food consists of pulses, cereals, oil seeds, fruits, vegetables, milk, meat, spices, etc. Some of these are grown by farmers in their field. Farming is a long process involving plenty of hard work. Now we will understand one by one the steps of farming. The farmers first prepare the soil for growing crops. He plough the field, plough the soil with the help of bullocks. The plough breaks the large lumps of soil and makes the soil porous so that it can absorb oxygen from the air easily. Some farmers use tractors to plow the soil. So the first process is plowing. So plowing helps to make the soil porous and soft. Now, after plowing the field, after that, the second step is sowing seeds. Now, farmers are sowing seeds by two methods. Either they can sow seeds manually or they are using big machines called seed drills for sowing the seeds. Now, few points are to be remembered. Few points farmers need to remember while they are sowing seed. Number one is that seeds should be of good quality. Number two, seeds should be healthy and free from diseases. Seeds should be sown at a right place. This is to be kept by the farmers. They should remember this, that and next thing is to be remembered by them is that seed should get proper or enough air and warmth, that is sunlight, water and nutrients for their growth. If I talk about their manual sowing, how they are sowing, they are just sprinkling the seeds on the field. Okay, and if I talk about another method, what they have to go, that is sprinkling method, which is they are just spreading it on the field. They get unevenly distributed. If seed drills are used, the seeds are evenly distributed. The seed drills can be attached to either bullocks or tractors. So what they are doing, that at proper depth seeds are grown. Why at proper depth and proper interval, at proper space is given between seeds, so that they should not close together and the seeds should grow properly at a proper depth. They all have to remember the following points while they are sowing the seeds. Now, our third step is adding manure and fertilizer to the soil. Now, what is important? Why manure is important? Like, we also eat food. So why it is important? Manure, like in the same way, just to keep us healthy, food is important. In the same way, just to keep plants and crops healthy, manure and fertilizer is very important. Manure is animal or plant waste used as a source of plant nutrients. Manure does not harm the crops as it is useful. And if I talk about fertilizers, fertilizers are also good, but if you are adding overdose of fertilizers, so it will not be beneficial for the crops. So we should use fertilizers at a limited quantity, which is only usable, only beneficial for the crops. Manure or fertilizer, why we are adding? We are adding manure and fertilizer to the crops, to the soil, to get healthy crops. So our third step is adding manure and fertilizer, which is to be kept in mind. Now we are going to understand our next step, that is irrigation. Irrigation means giving water to plants. Crops need water to grow. The supply of water to crops at different intervals is called irrigation. Like you and we all need water for our body. In the same manner, for the growth of plants, for growing crops, water is very important. So what is irrigation? The supply of water to crops at different intervals is called irrigation. Now if I talk about methods of irrigation, there are two methods of irrigation. Number one is drip irrigation and next one is sprinklers. So you all have to remember that drip irrigation and sprinklers are some methods used to irrigate water. And this method is very useful as it saves a lot of water and is mainly used for wine crops like grapes. So irrigation means giving water to crops.